What if you could add agents to any product with just one click? And we are not talking about chatbots or bots that stops working when the user closes the tab. Every agent tool on the market has the same ceiling. A user starts a task, it works for a few minutes and then it stops. They come back, restart it, repaste context, hope it picks up. The model is fine for pair programming, but it falls apart the moment the job is unattended. So like a PR review at 3 a.m., a market monitor that runs while nobody's watching, a research digest that has to land at 7 a.m. every morning. What the job actually needs is an agent that lives somewhere, keeps state, heals itself when it breaks, and only reports when there's a sign up. That's where the ADK, the Aeon Development Kit, comes into action. It is a pattern for building products on top of the Aeon framework. Products like software as a service dashboards, vertical agents, bots, anything where each user gets their own long-running agent. 3 surfaces and 1 page of doc that you can also find in the comment section if you want to read all of it. And these are the 3 surfaces. So the first one is that users log in and connect their own Aeon instance, self-owned on their own GitHub, and the product never custodies a key. The second one is when the product installs skills into the instance in 1 click, and the skill is 1 Markdown file with no plugin API, no compile step, and no runtime to publish. The first surface is when the product runs and schedules those skills from its own UI, and imagine a button in the app that dispatches a real workflow in the user's repo. So a drop-down sets the cadence as well for that. Yeah, that flow used to require a full backend in the past, like a queue, a runtime, a database of user sessions, a billing for every LLM call used. But with the ADK, you can do without all of these tools, as you will basically get a GitHub app with a session store. There is no Aeon server, there is no Aeon database, there is no Aeon API to call. So an Aeon instance is simply a GitHub repo. Skills and memory are files, runs are GitHub actions. Secrets are also GitHub Actions secrets. The GitHub API is the integration surface for all of these components. A GitHub app installed on the user's repo means a 1-hour token per request scoped to only that repo. It reads and writes files, it dispatches workflows, it sets sealed secrets, watches runs, and it's also revocable in the sense that the user can uninstall it and the access is gone. So list a privilege, so the app's permission set is fixed at install time. Multi-tenant for free, so GitHub already tracks who installed what. And the runtime lives inside the user's account. They changes a few things at once. So the user owns the agent and the logs and the credentials. If they churn, they still have it. If the product disappears, the users still have it as well. The product doesn't pay for the LLM calls. It doesn't run the queue. It doesn't debug someone else's runaway loop at 3 a.m. So the total infra is just on the product side. So 1 GitHub hub and a session store, as we said. So what can be built on it? So a few ideas, for example, would be a market watch SaaS, for example, where each subscriber gets a scheduled monitor without the vendor holding a single API key. It could be a research in a repo product where every user has their own agent digging through a domain on their own cadence. A vertical assistance, whether it is legal, medical, operational, that ships as a skill pack installed into the user's own agents running under their own credentials. And none of these need a novel LLM. They just need a place for the agent to live between sessions. If you are building anything with agents today and the runtime cost is on you, just read the ADK doc that you find in the description box. If you're not building agents yet, just go to aeon.fun, fork the Aeon repo, and start using Aeon agents right now. That's the power of the ADK, the Aeon Development Kit. Bye bye guys, thanks a lot for watching. Take care.